You're not addicted to your phone. You're addicted to escaping yourself. What if it's not the phone you can't quit, but the silence you can't bear? What if every time you grab your phone, you're not looking for information, but for insulation, a layer between you and yourself? What if you're not distracted by the world? You're just afraid of the parts of you that speak when it goes quiet. Let's pause and really ask, what are you running from every time you unlock your phone? Part 1. The scroll isn't just a habit. It's a shield. It happens so fast, you hardly notice. Your thumb swipes, your eyes lock in, notifications blink like tiny dopamine traps. Scroll, tap, scroll again. It looks like nothing, but feels like everything. And still, you're not fulfilled. You're buzzing, overstimulated, half awake, but not really alive. Asterisk. Here's the thing. Most of us aren't actually addicted to our devices. What we're addicted to is what they allow us to avoid. We're escaping the silence, the space between things, that breath between thoughts where something deeper often surfaces. We fear those quiet spaces because they reveal what we've been pushing down. That ache in your chest that shows up when things finally go still. That restlessness you can't explain when there's nothing urgent left to do. That quiet voice inside that says, "You haven't looked at me in years." We don't scroll to entertain ourselves. We scroll to escape ourselves. The phone becomes a shield from presence, from discomfort, from truth. And maybe, just maybe, the real addiction isn't the device. It's the fear of being fully here. Asterisk. Part 2. What you're really avoiding. In the last part, we explored how the scroll becomes a shield, not from boredom, but from the discomfort of being present with ourselves. Now, let's go deeper. What are we actually hiding from every time we reach for the screen? You tell yourself you're just checking updates, a quick look at the news, a couple of messages, maybe just seeing what your friends are up to. But deep down, you're not checking in. You're checking out, because behind every mindless scroll is a moment your soul tried to speak and got ignored. There's a reason we keep ourselves distracted. Because stillness isn't safe. It's not neutral. It's the doorway to everything we've tried to forget. If you slowed down long enough to sit in the silence, you might hear things like, the voice of your younger self, the one who never got closure, the grief you tucked away because you didn't have time to feel it, the fear that no matter what you do, you'll never be enough. We don't avoid silence because it's blank. We avoid it because it's honest. Silence is full of memories, emotions, truths we've been running from for years. When the world goes quiet, your real thoughts get loud. And so, we keep moving, we scroll, we distract, we suppress. But what if instead of running, you paused? What if, just once, you let the silence speak? Part 3. The illusion of connection. Earlier, we talked about how silence can reveal the truths we've buried. But in trying to avoid that silence, we often fall into something even more deceptive, the illusion of connection. Because let's be honest, we're wired to want connection, to be seen, to feel understood. It's deeply human. And in a digital world, we've found ways to simulate that instantly. We open our phones and receive likes, hearts, emoji reactions. We comment, we share, we reply. It feels like interaction. It feels like someone is there. But what if this isn't connection, but performance? What if we're not being truly seen, only observed? What if we're not truly relating, just reacting? On the surface, digital life gives us the appearance of closeness. But beneath it, we often remain untouched, unknown. We get likes instead of being listened to, comments instead of real conversation, affirmations without actual understanding. You might feel seen but not held, acknowledged but not known. And in chasing all that virtual validation, we begin to lose the most important connection of all, the connection with ourselves. Because the more we outsource our sense of worth to the screen, the more distant we become from the soul. It's not your notifications that drain you. It's the constant disconnection from your own inner world, the space where truth, creativity, intuition, and healing actually live. So next time you find yourself reaching for your phone out of habit, ask yourself, am I using this to express something real or to escape something true? That one question asked in awareness can shift everything. Part 4. From escaping to embracing. In the last section, we saw how the illusion of connection can pull us further from the one thing that truly grounds us ourselves. So what now? This isn't a crusade against technology. It's not about throwing your phone into a lake or deleting every app you love. It's about something more radical, more courageous, more healing. It's about reclaiming your attention not as a productivity tool, but as a sacred act of presence. Because your attention is life force. Where it goes, your life follows. So instead of reacting, try responding. Next time your hand reaches instinctively for your screen, try this. Pause. Just for a moment. Breathe. Ask gently, what am I feeling right now? Can I hold that feeling even for 10 seconds without numbing? You might notice something surprising. The discomfort, it doesn't last forever. The tension, it softens when acknowledged. And underneath all of it, presence begins to rise. That's the real shift. Not escaping your life, but entering it. Not scrolling past the moment, but sitting inside it. Not judging what you feel, but listening with love. Because the screen will always be there. The world will keep spinning. The noise will never truly stop. But so will you. You will still be here waiting beneath the chaos. Unfiltered, present, alive. And that is enough. In our final part, we'll close this reflection with a call to presence, not as an idea, but as a practice. One breath, one pause, one return at a time. So, the next time you reach for your phone, not because you need it, but because you can't not pause. Not to blame yourself, not to shame the habit, but to meet yourself in that tiny moment of awareness and ask, gently, is this what I really need right now? Maybe, just maybe, what you really need isn't a new post, a new message, a new scroll. Maybe what you need is a breath, a deep one. Maybe what you need is to remember what it feels like to be here without distraction, to sit with yourself, to hear your own heart again, to meet your gaze in the mirror and not look away, to listen for the truths that only silence can speak. Because you are not your notifications. You are not your productivity. You are not your social reach. You are the one who notices, the one who returns, the one who chooses presence even when it's uncomfortable. And that choice is where your freedom begins. Thank you for sharing this space with us. If this video helped you slow down even for a moment, we'd love to know. Leave us a comment below. Let us know how you're finding your way back to yourself. It helps us grow. It helps others feel less alone. Share this with someone who might be scrolling, but really needs stillness. And if you haven't yet, hit subscribe to Mindful Way Television *. We don't chase the noise here. We return to the quiet. Want to go deeper? Watch our next video. It might be exactly what your soul has been waiting for. With presence, Mindful Way Television.